In other news, Iran and Oman are putting the finishing touches on a deal to manage traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. Tehran says the draft is in the final stage and a joint statement will be issued if, quote, certain parties do not obstruct the process. Now, the agreement is reportedly dependent on the U.S. ending its naval blockade of Iran's ports. The arrangement also said to involve vessel entry through Iranian waters and exit via Oman's territory. Now, reports quote Iran warning that a deal does not mean the strait has become safe for all passing ships. Now, access through the Strait of Hormuz has been a key sticking point in U.S.-Iran negotiations. U.S. President Donald Trump has maintained an optimistic tone over talks. He insists Iran is keen on reopening the waterway despite Tehran's denial. We go straight to Nick Harper. He's following that story for CNA. He's joining us live from Washington, D.C. Now, Nick, Iran there saying that the impending deal with Oman is not a full reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, but what they're calling a security mechanism on commercial traffic. Now, is this the same agreement that the Trump administration says it will be announcing soon?
Well, Jill, what Iran seems to be saying and what the Trump administration seems to be saying are still at odds. In terms of the Iranian-Omani agreement, this is all about creating a security mechanism that would regulate which commercial vessels can pass through the Strait of Hormuz. So fundamentally, changing the status quo that has been in place for decades, because really this is about the Iranians and the Omanis signing off on which commercial ships can go through. It gives them that carte blanche to decide whether or not a ship can pass through the waterway, and that has not been the case up until now. Potentially it is a first step to fully reopening the strait, but at the moment just a narrow focus on getting this agreement in place to then decide which ships can pass through. But the Trump administration has consistently said that they are pushing to fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz without any preconditions. And if the Iranians are saying it's contingent on the US lifting its naval blockade, that's not something the Trump administration is suggesting it's ready to do. It says that that blockade will remain in place, and potentially some other sticking points as well. The potential that Iran might charge ships some sort of tolling mechanism to pass through the waterway, something the US is against. We're hearing numbers in the region of 5 to 7% of the cargo value, and there are fears from other countries in the region that this could be an opportunity for Iran to have leverage over the strait.
Now, Pakistan playing the mediator here, saying they hope that the Hormuz deal would help bring the U.S. and Iran back to the negotiating table. But U.S. Vice President Vance is saying that that's going to take a little bit of time. Any sense of where talks stand now?
Well, again, contradictory statements on this one. Donald Trump, over the course of the last few days, reiterating the idea that talks are taking place. On Wednesday, he said things had been working out quite well. A lot of progress had been made. But Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson said that even though Iran was exchanging views with Pakistan, there were no plans for any Iranian officials to head back to Pakistan for direct talks with the United States. So, yes, both sides at this stage putting a note of caution into this, not exactly suggesting that they are rushing into talks, even though the Pakistanis are standing ready to act as mediators if talks do eventually take place again.
OK, we leave it there now, but thanks so much. Nick Harper reporting for CNA live in Washington, D.C.